In federal politics, you've got to give credit to Anthony Albanese for trying to reposition Labor on the coal industry. But it shows just how far off course Labor has strayed, doesn't it, when talking a bit of sense about the nation's largest export industry is hailed as a breakthrough. And the trouble here is that Labor wouldn't back coal in the lead up to the election, wouldn't back the Adani coal mine, and still pushes an alarmist line on climate change that suggests policies that would cripple the coal industry. Still, what the Labor leader has said is just the bleeding obvious, something many of us have been saying for many, many years, and that it's just the fact, it's just the reality, and that is that if Australia stopped exporting coal tomorrow, it would lead to no reduction at all in the global consumption of coal, and if anything, it would increase carbon dioxide emissions.
If we were to stop exporting coal tomorrow, then that would just lead to a displacement with more coal being bought from all the places in the world, South America, Indonesia. There's a range of countries. We're not unique in having coal assets.
Right.
And that would likely lead to an actual increase in global emissions because much of our coal is much better quality than is available from the alternatives.
So good on Albo for talking sense there. It isn't easy because the Greens and Labor's left, Albanese's own faction, are not too interested in facts when it comes to coal and climate. They prefer emotion and virtue signalling over facts and reason. If you don't believe me, have a listen to this.
Our country is on fire in large part because of coal, and now we have Liberal and Labor saying we need more of it. Well, that is a recipe for destruction.
It's just nuts, this stuff, isn't it? These people are catastrophists. They're scaring our kids, debasing our politics, all to demonstrate their own wokeness. So it's a good thing that Albanese is putting distance between himself and the Greens' zealots. But there's a long way to go for Labor. If it can admit that cutting our coal exports won't save the planet, it should also admit that nothing our government has done or could do on carbon emissions can or will do anything to reduce or exacerbate our annual bushfire threat. And it ought to concede Australia is already doing an enormous amount by global standards on reducing emissions, and that ought to be quite enough, at least until the rest of the world catches up.